connects back is the MSME. They strive, they force towards making India a better country, making India a proud country with the efforts that we make. So we have with us Mr. Aashutosh Srivastava, member Supreme Court Bar Association. We have with us Mr. Sidhant Verma ji, Director Diamore, and Mr. Naresh Irani ji, CEO Nova Impex. They're all from the different industry. One from the, he's an advocate, a business tycoon from the diamond industry, and making sustainable living, ladies and gentlemen. And the person who has been having our spices reach to the nooks and corners of the world, ladies and gentlemen. So that's with us, Mr. Naresh Irani ji. So I would give up the mic to each one of you and let's talk about the sustainable, because we're talking about all sustainable businesses. So what are you driving, what is your driving force towards a sustainable business? So we start with Mr. Irani. So towards a sustainable businesses, you can guide the entrepreneurs and the startups that what is in your mind that we can strive towards giving our business a sustainable mode?
Things like that ki, India is filled up with all the spices and everything. You go to any other place. I don't want to name the global place where we get spices and everything. But basically, I've seen it. I've traveled all around the world. What people do, they collect our goods from here, they get it from there, they import from India, then they mix with their quality, and then they produce our things to there. So when I saw all these things, then I decided कि ये ऐसा कर रहे हैं, हमारा माल के ऊपर खुद का ब्रांड लगा रहे. So after that I thought कि no, I'm not going to give to such people who are already exporting. They are having their manufacturing over there, so I stopped giving it to them. Then I found out where they are giving it, किधर दे रहे. So I went directly and started giving to them. I showed them the things, what India is giving it, and what they are getting it, and what they are getting after mixing up, and they put their brand. Basically the taste and everything, what the taste India can give, no country can get, I can assure it. From last 20 years, I am just trying to do all this spices and everything. Blending, we do it ourselves. According to the country, for example, if I go to Saudi, they have the Saudi kabza. I prepared the Saudi kabza from India and gave them.
Just to interrupt you 1 minute, sir. I would request His Excellency Mr. Thabang Linus Kholumo, sir, if you could join us on the stage for the panel discussion. Would you like to? I would like to have your insights also. And Mr. Chellaiah ji, please, I request you to please join us on the stage for the panel discussion. It's going to be a fantastic discussion, and thank you so much, His Excellency, to accept this honor for being one of the panelists, the panel discussion. Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. All right, so we were talking to Mr. Irani for the spice businesses. So please go ahead.
So what I mean to say, what taste, what we can give, nobody in the world I can give challenge. If anybody prove it to me that their spices are better than India, I'll stop the business. That is the thing. I have studied it. I have gone all over the world. I have seen it. Maximum people, they get it from India, they mix it up and they export it.
That's true. Authenticity is very important to be sustainable in the business also, and to get the sustenance for Indian families too. Because Indian families out here, work very hard, I'm sure, from the farmers to the collectors to the process is so huge, of making these spices, and then the packaging and everything, and then the digital media is also very important. And then, as sir say, that it's very important कि वो खुद बना रहे हैं और बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, उनका माल खरीद के उसके ऊपर mixing करके with the additional colors, and what happens is India ka naam bhi kharab hota hai usme.
Right.
So that's how, it is a very sustainable thing that he did, that he made his own brand, and you're doing it yourself, and it's really hard to do business outside India. So on this point only, how difficult is it now to export? पहले हमारा ऐसा था कि import में हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा करते, but जब भी हमारा मेक इन इंडिया को फेमस किया है हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने, जो विजन है उनका, तो वो एक्सपोर्ट में ज़्यादा हुआ है अब. सो उसके लिए क्या कहेंगे सर?
For
Actually
import-
policies out here, no? Is it?
Yeah, I have from the day one, I have never imported any things. I have just done export and nothing in the local, 100% export my company is. And I try to reach our Indian people where they are there. I try to reach them, try to give them the things. And sometimes I see that it is very expensive or something. I go and meet them, and then I try to give the importer, give the discounts to this thing. So we make a scheme and then we give it to them. So that
sure,
all Indians have a taste
true,
of India.
True. That's very necessary. I have my sister back in Dallas. She's staying there for ages now. तो वही है कि वो टेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया सब जगह पहुंचा हुआ है, पर वो एक्सपेंसिव लगता है. स्पेशली वी हैव लॉट ऑफ चिल्ड्रन, लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स गोइंग फ्रॉम इंडिया, to maybe Africa or to other countries, across the world. UK जाते हैं, there are a lot of people going to America to study. पर वही है कि घर का खाना जो स्वाद है, उसके लिए तो आपके स्पाइसेस की ज़रूरत है. And thank you so much for doing this for us and for our Indian community.
Thank you
So coming to Diamore, Mr. Sidhant Verma जी, सस्टेनेबल की बात करें तो एक मुझे इनका आइडिया बहुत पसंद आया कि हर एक सेल पे they plant a tree. And it's just not planting a tree, which is important. It is more important to process it, to maintain that, and to do it again and again. I'm sure this is a wonderful effort that you're doing. So what was the idea? When did you started up doing this?
First of all, I would love to thank Integrated Achievers Award for giving me this honor. I feel very amazing standing next to so amazing achievers, just like Nova Impex. I heard you talking about your spices, how they are being processed, how they are being exported. It's so amazing. And coming back to lab-grown diamonds and sustainability and gems and jewelry sector, this sector is something very unorganized. It was very unorganized before. You must have seen buying diamonds was like going to a store and just telling the salesman to show me some diamonds. You don't know those are natural ones or those are lab-grown ones. And sustainability, if we talk about sustainability, every young entrepreneur right now in whole world is talking about sustainability. What are lab-grown diamonds do? They are grown in a processed environment. And today, India is the world's largest cutter and polished diamond industry. They import and export, and India is one of the largest producer of lab-grown diamonds right now. What we do is, we have been, you asked me that how we started and when we started. We started around 1 year ago. And in 1 year, we have sold around 1,000 plus solitaires. And what I mean by this is, we have planted 1,000 plus plants also.
True.
That's the thing which is driving us. And this initiative that we are planting diamonds with every purchase, this has been very amazing. I have my co-founder Mehak Verma with me. This was her idea. She told me that we should do something for the society as well, because we are receiving a very huge response from our clients. And the best part about Diamore is you don't have to come to our stores. We have organized a try-at-home facility for our whole Delhi NCR clients. Our executives, I myself sometimes, we go to their places, we go to their home, we show them what lab-grown diamonds are, and straight away they feel very amazed, because there is no difference in natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds. It has been a very wonderful journey.
And I must tell you, the initiative done by your wife out there, wonderful. And I'm sure with every diamond that has been sold by Diamore, you plant a plant, and it grows for the well-being of the nation. So, in fact, I'm sure diamonds are the best friends for all the women around, right? So we really look forward for the diamonds. And I am a little skeptical कि gold का तो मुझे पता है कि price ऊपर जाना है, but diamond अगर खरीद लिया तो कितना resale value क्या होगी, उसकी भी मैं बात करना चाहूँगी. Because sustainable, हम लोग अगर हिंदुस्तान में बात करें, all the ladies around, all the women around, sustainability, एक पैसों के भी sustainability आती है.
No,
So
you are talking like a typical Indian woman.
Yeah, of course,
Because
I'm addressing all the women out here.
Because in India, what happens, I must tell you, buying big solitaires, you can see the one which I'm wearing in my ear. Yeah. It's a 2-carat EVS1 lab-grown diamond. Okay. Buying bigger solitaires have been a big challenge in India.
Yeah.
Everybody, every citizen of India, they have been buying smaller diamonds from big brands who are charging a lot. And when you ask me the resale value, when you buy a natural diamond, a 2-carat one which I am wearing right now, it costs approximate 14 lakh rupees. And if you buy a lab-grown diamond, it costs you approximate 70,000 only. So the gap which we are filling is, on the one side you are spending 14 lakh rupees, and on the other side you are spending only 70,000. So if we talk about resale, yes, there is resale of lab-grown diamonds. We at Diamore, we provide 80% resale, and it's totally 100% exchangeable. And what people are doing is they are not talking about the resale of these diamonds. They are talking about the finishing, they are talking about the color and clarity, and they are so amazed with the diamonds that they say, we don't want to sell it. We want to keep it for generations to come. That is the whole idea of the consumer right now.
And I'm sure if it about generations के मेरे बच्चे के लिए, grandchildren के लिए अगर रखूँगी, तो I'm sure the resale value, definitely the sale value will definitely increase.
Yes, resale is there, and I must urge you all that you should purchase lab-grown diamonds. Instead of going for natural diamonds, there have been a lot of things involved. The mining, the labor, and as my friend Mr. Kholumo from Lesotho, he said that they are the biggest polished diamonds are being processed over there. So you must be knowing a lot of things have been going on in Lesotho as well as in the African countries for growth of natural diamonds. And I would love to ask him some questions
please.
on this, because he must be knowing a lot of things. And I must say that you inspired, I was listening to you when you said about digital marketing. That was one of the best tool. And in my brand as well, we have used digital marketing as a wonderful tool. It helped us a lot. And your speech have been really inspiring, sir. I really loved it. It was amazing.
Yeah, His Excellency, your thoughts on the diamonds, especially I'm sure there are a lot of Indians who are working in Lesotho and other parts of Africa for the diamond. And there are a lot of Gujaratis also in your country. And they're actually working in this industry. So what would you like to tell more on this?
Yeah, no, thank you very much for having me here to be part of this panel discussing important things. Now, when you talk about diamonds, like I said, Lesotho is known for production of big stones of diamond. We, at the present, export our diamonds to Antwerp in Europe, and then from there they'll reach the US, they'll reach India, but we direct them to Europe during exportation. But would love to have Indian companies to come over to get diamonds directly from Lesotho, not through Europe. And that would, of course, help us to create more jobs for our people. Because as of now, we are still exporting our diamonds raw to Europe. and would love to have investors to come over to Lesotho to help us to cut and polish the diamonds back home so that we add value to the diamonds while they're in Lesotho. And you know that that would create more jobs for our people. But unfortunately, as of now, we still export our diamonds raw, and it has not been very easy for me as a diplomat here in India, because I've always been invited to gatherings of this nature, and you attract investors to come over to Lesotho. The first thing they ask you is, what is the population of Lesotho? And you say Lesotho is 2.4 million people. And I explained when I was giving a speech here that we had a big country. We actually reached into the sea, to the Indian Ocean. But the colonizer came and took most part of our land to form South Africa. So we are now a small country inside of South Africa. Well, of course, we remained an independent country inside another, like the Vatican City and Samoa in Italy. But the challenge is we are a small nation. And when you are trying to attract investors, the first thing they ask you is the population of the country. And when you say it is 2.4 million, people fail to understand that Africa has 54 countries. We have 1.4 billion people in Africa. Who is the market of the products produced in Africa? It is very easy for items which are already in Africa to go throughout the whole of the continent. So don't just consider the smallness of our population and think, I'll be wasting my energy to go to Lesotho. Your market is vast, because we are at the center of South Africa, which has 54 million. We are part of SADC, which is the economic zone of Africa South, and it is very easy to move products. Now, like I'm saying, I have participated in many conclaves, in many meetings of this nature, where I was trying to sell or promote Lesotho, but it has not been easy. Now in this platform, I'm seated with somebody who produces lab-grown diamonds. You say, come to Lesotho, we have big stones of diamond. India will be saying, we can produce diamonds in the laboratory. Come to Lesotho to do this and this and this. No, we are smaller a nation. We have a big nation here.
His Excellency,
our population is our strength. So it's not very easy to get
in India, what we call is small package, chota package, bada dhamaka. So you are actually, being a very small country, don't say that small. You are a bada dhamaka to all of us, right? Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for His Excellency and putting in his own words. I'm sure, there are many people, in fact, my clientels from Surat who are into the natural diamonds, and they have been importing, and also the cutting and the polishing happens here, and there are big brands out here, and I'm sure they have some roots out there in Africa too. And I'm sure it's just not the diamond business, but there are a lot of other stuff that we've been doing, and we have got a strong bond, strong relationships of India and Africa from years, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much, His Excellency, for guiding us further, that how strong we can build up our relationship ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And coming up to Advocate Aashutosh Srivastava, Member, Supreme Court, Bar Association. So in the beginning we talked, and I would request you to share more on what are the new policies that MSME sector has, and what is your thought that this policies has to change and we can bring in new laws and guidance for the MSME sector? So,
thank you, His Excellency. I just heard my friend, Mr. Irani, about the spices, my friend who is into diamond. though I'm also fond of diamonds, so I'm next to the biggest diamond merchant here, so that's great. Um, and before I start, I would like to thank Integrated Achievers, Juhi ji, Himanshu ji, for organizing such a event which we all have the opportunity to learn. And also I would like to congratulate all the achievers here in this hall. Now coming to MSME, as I had earlier also explained, that we hardly had any laws related to MSME earlier, and it was only in 2006 when the law was enacted to facilitate, to promote MSMEs. And with the changing times and with the new government in 2020, there have been many good amendments which I think many of you would be aware of, or if not, you must know that it is to promote MSMEs. And even the service sectors have been included. Earlier it was mainly focused on the manufacturing units, but now it is also on the service industries which have been covered up. So there are facilities being provided by the government, and though the registration is not mandatory, but still registration, if it is done, of these MSMEs will really do wonders for such businesses. And to protect these MSMEs, the government framed the amendment in the law by providing that if you don't get your money from your buyers within 45 days, you have a lot of ways by which you can recover that money. So there have been a lot of such good instances being taken care of. And as a lawyer, I will just explain one of such examples of one MSME. I remember when this case came to me some years back, though I am basically a criminal lawyer, and I am mainly focused on the matters like financial issues. You would have heard many of them on media also, like DSK. And I remember my friend, if you know, when some group, they were into diamond business. If you know Jatin Mehta, and also I had represented two of their companies in Bombay, and the ED matters, money laundering matters, and Delhi ED courts. So I remember, I think that was worth some 20,000 crores or something. That was a alleged offense. Okay, so when I say alleged offense, it is not something which has been proven. Okay, so it is the allegation for which, as lawyer, we need to defend our clients. Now, apart from these kind of cases, I remember one case related to a toothbrush making company, which filed. We have been using since our childhood. I don't want to name the company. It's an American-based company in India for many, many years now. So they filed a case against my client, who are also in the manufacturing of brushes. They have their factory at Pune. And it was basically a copyright case. So this company filed a suit in Bombay High Court demanding some 100 crores as compensation, stating that they have copied the design and everything of that reputed company, and they are selling it in the market, and they are giving like 100% kind of shares to the sellers. So that was the case, and I remember I appeared in that matter, because before I could appear, it was an ex parte order passed by the Bombay High Court, wherein they had shut the factory by sending the court receivers and all, that you go and shut it first, okay, because the court is convinced that there has been copy of the design, etc., etc. And it was MSME, they just started, they were just selling in 2 or 3 states earlier. So then this person came to me and told me.
Before the order came in from the judge, they had been, telling to shut up their premises.
Yes, for time being, because it was an ex parte. When I say ex parte, that means without hearing the other party.
Got it.
So it was already shut, and then when all these people came, then with the reference, these factory owners came to me and said, sir, we are into big problem that our factory has been shut down. And the allegation what they are making is also not known clearly. Because there was further order that this order which was passed by the High Court was not to be uploaded online, you know.
Yeah.
So then we took up this case, and I went for argument for the first time for this case. And there were a battery of lawyers. The court was filled up because it was a very big company. They had best of the lawyers in the country, and you know, the judge.
I'm sure, you know,
The judge was shouting.
The reputed client, the reputed brand, which we all, in fact, are from the forefathers, we've been growing up with that brand, the toothbrush or the whatever company that he's talking about. I'm sure we all have a little idea. But how did you then foresee?
I explain you some of the, you know, very in brief, just in very short, the argument, you know. So the judge was very angry, and he was shouting, you know, on my client. How dare you, you know, doing all this? You must be punished. You should be behind the bar. Not only that you should be charged with the kind of fines and penalties and compensation, but also. And he asked me, yes, mister, you argue the matter. And then I said, I just showed that you please kindly see page number so and so in the petition what they have filed. I said, yes, what is there on that page? I said, see, the entire issue is about the copyright case. Now, they have got this copyright, which the license what they have submitted is already expired. So then he checked the date. I said, it's expired 2 years back only. So what for they have filed it? And why this ex parte order? So then he asked this, he was Attorney General of Maharashtra at that time, I don't want to name again. So he explained, no, let me see, we are sure it must have been renewed. So their other team member said, yes, yes, it is renewed, please say that it is renewed. Then he says, yes, yes, my lord, it is renewed. Well, yes, it is renewed, then what? Well, so that is not the question, my lord, that it is renewed. The question arises how this court passed an order based on assumption that it would have been renewed when the certificate itself shows that it was expired. So the court, if was to pass an order on assumption, the assumption could also have been in my favor. But why in favor of a reputed and big brand? Why not in favor of my client? I said I will go and I will file immediately a review petition before the division bench. They said, do you think I am going to withdraw my order? Well, I think this court should. Even if it is renewed, that doesn't mean that this ex parte order is wrong. There should have been proper argument by both the sides.
Of course, you know.
So then I told him that I have a proposal for you. He said, yes, tell me. Because I said my client manufactures different kind of brushes. Now the entire issue is about the zigzag brush. Okay, I don't want to name it again. So, except that, let other manufacturing, you know, of the other brushes should be allowed.
Continued, yeah.
And this order was passed, and the same set of people, the court receiver came and they reopened the factory, and this is how. And I told my client, you know, now the question of MSME, I told him, now you are selling to 2-3 estates. Now I assure you, after this case, you will be selling to at least 15-20 estates. And this is what happened. Now they are selling in, I think, around 25 states. Now he has no time to meet me also.
So now, you know, at this point, you know, to have a correct lawyer for yourself, a correct advocate for your company, it's very necessary. He or she doesn't only work for your cases to bring your brand, you know, out of that issues, but he or she can uplift your company too. The way he had been narrating the story of that toothbrush issue, the case, I'm sure we all must have somebody who is really known. It's just not about the seniority level, but we need to have somebody experienced in the industry.
Yes, in addition to that, I feel, as I had explained in the morning also, that nowadays we see that if any company who's trying to work hard, trying to grow their business, they are, you know, taking loans, they are taking investment from so many people, And if they don't succeed, many a times we see that criminal cases are being filed, FIRs are being filed, they have to abscond, their properties are being attached. You know, so it is ultimate loss to the investors, to the company. I feel that if there is a genuine loss, that has to be ascertained by you know, the government agencies before treating them like criminals and you know, for prosecuting them. And this, if the opportunity is given to the right kind of industries, they can really grow up. I remember, I think many of you would have heard some 2-3 years back, there was a blast in a factory in Muzaffarpur, Bihar, you know, and that was covered by many news channels, media, you know, that the chief minister is taking action against the factory owners because so many people died because of that, you know, boiler blast in the factory. Many people died and it was a big issue. The PM also issued the actions are being taken up. There were thousands of people on the streets that the action must be taken. And fortunately or unfortunately, that case had also come to me, you know, for the bail matter. And with that, because I personally feel that though I am in this program in MSME, but I have personally tried to defend many of such industries. So that was also a case wherein it was argued that, you know, FIR was registered, you know, instead of treating it as an accident, it was culpable homicide, it was treated like that. And because of the negligence of the factory owners, many people died. This is what came to me, and I had to argue that, you know, there was, for these kind of special cases, like when there is a drug issue, then it is, you know, we have different laws. You know, we have NCB, we have NDPS Act. When there is money laundering, we have different laws like PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering.
So we should definitely have some laws for the MSME sector.
Yes, so for this kind of a purpose, there was already a law called Factories Act, and I explained that as per the Factories Act, the FIR should not have been registered. Instead, one inspector was to be appointed by the state government to do the investigation. First, inquiry in the factory, whether there was any negligence or not. Based on the report of this inspector, the state government could have passed an order for any registration of FIR, etc. But no such, you know, process was followed, because India is a country of, you know, rule of law which needs to be followed. And based on all these,
you know, at this point, you know, India is a country with a lot of laws around, but not everybody of us, not many of us know actual laws. So, you know, really, you know, we should have, you know, I would request the Integrated Achievers team to have a small session or small workshop where we can actually invite Mr. Aashutosh and people like him, some advocates who can actually, you know, teach us the basic laws for the MSME and for our businesses. I think this workshop should be done very, very soon. Are you all agree? Yes, we definitely need to know our laws, you know, कि हम लोग अगर कोई ऐसे situation में फंस जाते हैं तो क्या laws हैं हमारे लिए, you know, that's what is necessary.
So based on all those arguments and everything, the bail, anticipatory bail was granted because 3 state police, they were searching them like anything. Both husband and wife, they were the directors of this factory. So there are many such instances. I have in my mind many such examples which I think needs to be tackled more carefully. Everything should not be politicized. Sure. There have been instances, there are accidents, there could be genuine business losses, there could be any possibility. If you want MSMEs to progress, to grow, you need to support them. Yes, if somebody is doing any scam, any criminal activity, you have prima facie evidences, then it's a different case. Everybody is not criminal, right? So this is what has to be kept in mind by all the investigating agencies. This is what I feel would be the best in the interest of MSMEs.
And, you know, the prolonged cases also, you know, it is, you know, especially criminal cases are a little faster now. But वही है कि जो हमारे हिंदुस्तान की judicial system है कि judges बड़े कम हैं और court ज़्यादा है, cases ज़्यादा है ना? तो this is again an issue which is.
मैं अभी भी कहूँगा कि इतना होने के बावजूद भी आज कोर्ट पे डिपेंड होना पड़ता है. You cannot go anywhere.
वही तारीख पे तारीख चलती रहती हैं, but I'm sure with, you know, strict laws coming in, I'm sure we have to steadfast the judicial system, which is the necessity of our country. You know, I would request the authorities who are listening to me, we have to really steadfast our judicial system to really make it possible ahead, to have that, welcoming of the MSME sectors or the businesses to grow further. Thank you so much, Aashutosh ji.
Thank you, everyone.
And coming up to West Chellaiah ji, what is your take on the MSMEs? And we could not hear you when we were on the podium, but now is your turn. You can guide us further, please, sir.
MSME में अभी कई लोग बिजनेस करने की इच्छा तो है, जो जानते हैं मैन्युफैक्चर करने के लिए उनको जानते हैं, वो इंटरेस्ट क्यूरियोसिटी में स्टार्ट करते हैं, लेकिन असली में उन लोग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से वो जानकारी होने से वो सक्सेस नहीं हो सकता है। वो सारे उसके मार्केटिंग कैसे करना, इसके मैनेजमेंट कैसे करना, इसके सिस्टम कैसे बनाना, ये लीगल एस्पेक्ट्स में कैसे, फिनेंशियल मोबिलाइजेशन कैसे करना, ये सब कुछ वो देखे ना तभी वो सक्सेस हो सकता। मैं देखा कई MSME में कई लोग स्टार्टअप तो करते हैं, उसके बाद वो सस्टेन नहीं होते हैं, बीच में कई तो ड्रॉप आउट में देखा, कितनी फेलियर स्टोरी मैंने देखा। इसके कारण क्या है? जो एडवर्टाइजमेंट तो आता है, वो फाइनेंस आपको इतना लोन देते हैं, ये देते हैं, आ जाओ वो जाओ, फिर कुछ लोग आते हैं आपको मिला देते हैं, आपको पूरा प्रोसेसिंग कर देते हैं, सब कुछ कर देते हैं, आपको अच्छा एक स्टार्टअप बन जाएगा। लेकिन अल्टीमेटली क्या होता है, लास्ट में एंड अप है ना वेरी कई फेलियर स्टोरी है मैं सुनने में आ रहा हूँ। सो इसलिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए गवर्नमेंट के, जो चाहते हैं उन लोग एटलीस्ट एक ट्रेनिंग दे, मैनेजमेंट कैसे करना है, रिलायबल फाइनेंस सोर्स क्या है, कैसे अप्रोच करना है, लीगल एस्पेक्ट्स में उनको सिखाते हैं, ताकि उनका जो क्यूरियोसिटी, एनर्जी, एंथुसियाज्म टू वांटेड टू बिकम द बिजनेस है, ऐसे करने के लिए उनको एक अच्छा एक बूस्ट मिल जाता है। बिकॉज कई महिला मैं देख रहा हूँ करने की तो इच्छा है, करने के लिए बहुत एनर्जी उन लोग के, अपने पैर में अपने एम्पावरमेंट होने के लिए बहुत वो कोशिश करते हैं। लेकिन ये इसी तरह का एक है ना, गवर्नमेंट ऐसे एक सिंगल प्लेटफॉर्म करे, उसमें सब कुछ लीगल एस्पेक्ट, फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एस्पेक्ट, कोई भी सिस्टम बनाना, जस्ट बिजनेस बनाना, उसमें सिस्टम बनाना तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। कई लोग ये सोचते हैं मेरे को पता है मैं खुद कर देते हैं, नहीं हो सकता है। सो टीम कैसे बनाना, उनको क्या मेंटालिटी होना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज कई लोग ऐसे सोचते हैं किसी के ऊपर विश्वास नहीं करते, अपने अपने करते 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 रहना पड़ता। सिंगल आदमी से कोई कंपनी नहीं बनेगा, कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर, कोई इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट नहीं हो सकता है। सो इसलिए इसी के बारे में, मैनेजमेंट एस्पेक्ट बारे में, बिजनेस कैसे करना, ये वगैरह हमें ट्रेनिंग प्लेटफॉर्म एक करना है, देना, उसके लिए एक बनाना पड़ेगा। दिस इज माय
Thank you so much. This is a fantastic idea that, all of us at सबके हिम्मत है, पैसे भी हैं लोगों के पास to start up a business. To get into the business, it's just not one single person, it's the entire team. फाइनेंस भी चाहिए, फाइनेंस मैनेजमेंट चाहिए आपको, बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट चाहिए, AI चाहिए आपको, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग चाहिए, एंड हाउ टू गो फर्दर, मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स चाहिए। और ये सब के लिए एक कोई प्लेटफॉर्म ज़रूर से होना चाहिए। इनफैक्ट MSME का नीति आयोग में बहुत सारी वेबसाइट्स भी हैं जहाँ पे ऐसे वर्कशॉप्स होते रहते हैं, ऑनलाइन वर्कशॉप्स होते रहते हैं, जहाँ पे आप जाके पढ़ सकते हैं। जैसे हॉर्टिकल्चर के बारे में एक अलग से है, बहुत सारी डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्रीज़ के लिए भी बहुत सारे डिफरेंट वर्कशॉप्स ऑर्गेनाइज होते रहते हैं, बट यू नीड टू कीप एन आई ऑन दैट वेबसाइट्स ऑल्सो। एंड लर्निंग should never end, you should definitely be a learner every single day. कहीं पे भी आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती हैं, कहीं पे भी वर्कशॉप्स मिल रहे हैं, एग्जीबिशंस आ जा रहे हैं, नया चीज़ें ढूंढो, सीखो। एंड आई एम श्योर दी अल्फा जेनजी, जो अभी हमारे नए बच्चे हैं, जो अल्फा जेनजी हैं, दे आर एब्सोल्युटली डिफरेंट, उनका वोकैबुलरी डिफरेंट है, उनकी चीज़ें डिफरेंट हैं, उनका सोचने का तरीका डिफरेंट है, बट inculcating the traditional values and the culture is very necessary. So I would request everybody out here, I'm sure you are a parent of some or the other person, or a little child or a bigger child, you should definitely inculcate our culture in them. And definitely there are a lot of videos which I keep on seeing about the Gen Zs, कि वो ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, अरे थोड़ा सा level, थोड़ा सा respect is very necessary. And I would like to thank each one of you, His Excellency, Mr. Chellaiah ji, Mr. Irani, and ji, Mr. Aashutosh ji, and Mr. Sidhant Verma ji for your insights on MSME and your take on what could be, what could be do better to make MSME smoother and better for our country and grow our country ahead. So may I please request Mrs. Juhi ji to kindly come forward and Mr. Himanshu Sabharwal ji to kindly come up on stage and felicitate our panelists. Can we